Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Banks Are Once Again Creating Fake Accounts. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you too can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. Years ago, Wells Fargo opened up countless fake bank accounts in their customers' names. Customers never requested them, customers never wanted them, and when the government intervened and eventually they settled the case with them, now it's happening again. Back then, Wells Fargo, the nation's fourth largest bank, agreed to pay a $3 billion fine to several civil lawsuits and resolve criminal prosecution filed by the Justice Department over its fake account crimes. Under pressure to meet sales quotas, the bank employees just opened millions of savings and checking accounts in the names of actual customers without their knowledge or consent. Since the fraud became public in 2016, the bank had faced a torrent of lawsuits. The scheme lasted more than a decade. The Justice Department officials said the settlement back then, the $3 billion settlement, held Wells Fargo accountable for their remarkable and unbelievable behavior. Department officials said the bank took several steps to conceal the accounts from customers, such as forging customer signatures and preventing other Wells Fargo employees from contacting the customers during routine surveys about their accounts. That was then. Now it's happening again. Only this time, it's U.S. Bank that was doing it. U.S. Bank opened fake accounts for customers without their permission, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The U.S. Bank, the country's fifth largest bank with over $500 billion in assets, accessed unsuspecting customers' credit reports and opened checking and savings accounts, credit cards, and lines of credit without customers' authorization in order to boost the sales. And this prompted the 5-year-long CFPB investigation. One of the fascinating things about that last statement is that it took the investigators 5 years to figure out this was happening. Now, you can build a skyscraper in 2 years, and you can build a Ford-class aircraft carrier in 4 years, but somehow it took these geniuses 5 years to conduct an investigation into what any teenager could have figured out in a matter of weeks. U.S. Bank knew its employees were opening the unauthorized accounts, but failed to regulate them, according to the agency. The bank imposed sales goals on workers and introduced an incentive compensation program that financially rewarded employees for selling its products like deposit accounts and credit cards, the CFPB said. A spokesman for the U.S. Bank said that only a fraction of the company's account holders were affected and that the practice dated back several years. That's their effort to diminish the inappropriateness of what they did. Today's settlement related to legacy sales, they said, practices involving only a small percentage of the accounts dating back to 2010. The bank has made improvements since then and has been effective in addressing these practices and concerns. So they weren't crimes, they were concerns. The CFPB is fining U.S. Bank $37.5 million, which will be paid out to customers who have been harmed by violations of federal consumer financial protection law. Oh, okay. U.S. Bank must also return all unlawfully charged fees to its customers with interest. So think about this. When this happens before, no one was criminally prosecuted and only $500 million of the $3 billion fine actually went to the customers who were defrauded. Now it happens again and still nobody is prosecuted. So here are some questions you should be asking yourself. Are banks trustworthy? Can you feel safe about your bank and continuing to do business with them? If no one at these banks ever gets arrested for stealing your money, how can anyone ever trust them in the future? How can you protect your money? Well, we don't give financial advice, but here's what we see the insiders doing. They're opening up a number of accounts at a number of banks and are spreading their risk that way. They don't trust the banks either. especially some of the guys that own these banks or have majority stock holdings in them. Now, they're also moving from cash to assets. They don't trust cash anymore, so they're buying assets all over the place so as to unload the cash. And of course, lately, they see inflation increasing even faster as the government proposes to spend billions of dollars more. Here's something we can tell you to do. Given the kind of banking activity we see almost everywhere these days, you should be more skeptical and paranoid than ever about where you keep your money and how to protect it. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.